Welcome to Things Invest. We're talking about investing, finance, or professional development. As a recording time of 3:11 p.m. on Eastern Time, Ethereum could trade $2,950, about 4.02% so far. As you can see clearly on the over crypto market and the equity market, we're bright red today, and it has begun despite an early on kind of flat day. But it popped the balloon around 1 hour and 30 minutes ago as we got the announcement, a speech coming out from the White House. And the key person that spoke in the White House today is President Joe Biden's National Security Advisor, Jake Sullivan. And a high-level synopsis on his speech is basically depicting around the Russian and Ukraine war tension that's rising. And they are recommending that any Americans that are still currently in Ukraine should be leaving immediately, quote, okay? In addition to that, based on their observation, using obviously the radar detection and obviously their military observation, that Russia is beefing up their defense force even more prominently near the Ukraine border. That's with respect to the launch of the official invasion that the war breaks out should or could technically happen any day now. Okay, so that's a really negative sentiment coming out from the White House. Obviously, it's an institutionalized level of verbiage, and obviously it's legitimized coming up from the White House, obviously. And despite, the Olympic is still going to be happening for another week and a half from now, that an attack could still possibly be happening. Okay, so with that news broke out, it subsequently just drove a huge escalator downward trend onto the entire market, without shedding almost 500 basis points as of today, right? And oil and obviously gold jumped subsequently due to the safe haven affectation, right? Which is the typical when you see war cultivating, you see all of the defense stocks and aerospace and defense stocks typically will rise. Obviously, the more of the consumer tech stocks will be sliding off, while the commodity price will be surging up as well, right? So it's an anti-collision effect that's being cultivated into market sentiment at the moment, right? So with respect to crypto, obviously we are selling off right now. So let's just dive straight into the technical analysis without wasting any more time. So again, with respect to recording time of 3:14 p.m. on the Eastern Time, Ethereum contract $2,944, about 4.20% so far. At the moment right now, we are levitating still, right? We are gliding back down slowly to the 2,850, right? Which is, again, the level of next comfort, right? We know that 3,000 was not even the real level. That's why we broke through that immediately as we crashed down, right? You could see that we linger on somewhere around like 3,050, which is the exact level that we talked about earlier this morning, right? But because of the war breaks out, or potentially will break out, we're crashing below that to the next comfortable level. Right now, we are obviously below the comfortable level 2,950. We're basically $7 below it, with a higher propensity to go down to the next level, 2,853. And I think that's a very logical level. And I think it would be very logical for us to also be buying the dip at this level. So watch out for my buy-sell alert that I post on a daily basis twice a day. And to make your logical frame of reference, right? Remember, we talked about the 5-step method that we have to triangulate to double check our sanity, double check the quantitative frames, and understand our risk management levels, right? To make your logical execution, right? With respect to Bitcoin, down about 2.15%. We broke below the comfort level of the 44, right? 43,932 is the exact level, right? And you can see that clearly we're sliding back to a comfortable level again, right? The 42500, but we know that's not a real level, right? The real level has to be somewhere around 40,000, right? So we have to watch that level. And I think we have a real shot of actually getting there because of the fact that firstly, the MACD is curving down. Secondly, we're at the 5570. So the market is looking for a reason. And I think the war breaking out potentially is a sufficient catalyst onto driving, selling us back down to around 40,000 from here. With respect to Dogecoin at 14 cents, about 3% right now, anywhere from basically 13.90 all the way to 12 cents is so logical. 46 out of 70 right now, we're curving down. So I think we will still see a little bit more sell-off from here. Cardano is down about 4% right now, 110. I like anywhere from basically 102 to 92 from here. Solana broke 100, which was a really critical level. You could see that clearly. It took us some time to crack through, right? We cracked through it. So right now we're heading down to ideally to the 95, right? I would personally buy anywhere from 95 to 80 from here with the 30 out of 70 curving down. So I think I'll start incurring risk somewhere around 95 to 80 from here. Again, right? Respect to XRP, down about 7.28%. Again, right? We are just, the technical is speaking the truth, right? That's why when we were overly indexed on that level around 88 cents, it was, the market was looking for an extra reason for us to sell off, right? And see whatever goes up really, really fast, come down just as fast. We're at a critical level for XRP right now, at the exact level identified. I'm not making this up, right? This is not wizardry. This is just technical speaking the truth, right? That we are going to break this level. We have a very high certainty of breaking this level and then going down to ideally at the 60 all the way to 57. So I think ideally 60 cents to 57 is a buying opportunity for us, right? Polkadot down about 7.5% at 1935 right now. I like anywhere from basically 1826 all the way to 1587 at 40 out of 70. So it's not the best, not the worst, but it's tolerable at the moment. ALGORAND's about 5.28% so far at 93 right now. I like anywhere from basically current level all the way to 80. So not terrible for ALGORAND at the moment. Shiba Inu broke 3,000, so we have a long way to come back down. So I like anywhere from, again, low 2,000s all the way to 1,400, 900 from here. MagTest down about 8%. I don't like this at all because of the flash crash that we see in front of us. I like anywhere from, at bare minimum, 143 to 120 from here. AVAX down about 8%. Anywhere from 59 to 50 from here is still logical. Right now it's the 55 out of 70, so not the best. Luna is exactly at the comfortable level, right? Again, 62, 52, 45 from here. The reason we're bouncing from here because 52 is a logical level to incur risk, right? So this is just another level, another indication on what technical is speaking the truth right now, right? So I think ultimately the war is developing, and we have to also take that extra grain of salt that the media can just be spinning out of proportion to try to freak people out, especially on a Friday when most people, due to the weekend affectation, would like to take the profit from here, right? So ultimately, I'm not a political scientist. I do not know how the war is going to be playing out, right? But we understand that the risk level that we look at on a twice-a-day basis in my Patreon updates will give us the, a great sanity check in terms of are we logically making the right decision, fundamentally and technically, right? I personally have a gut feeling that the war is not going to break out, right? Because firstly, that would be a bummer, and secondly, violence doesn't really solve anything. But again, it is a different country. They do have a different cultural perspective, and I'm not in a position of saying anything. I don't know enough to say anything either. So I'll have to respect people's point of view, and but I personally hope that it doesn't break out. I hope that we can all just solve this problem, amicably and diplomatically. That we just all, hold hands and sing kumbaya, I guess. But I pray for us. I pray for the world. I really hope it doesn't happen. And yeah, so let's just ride this out together. Stay logical. Stay focused on the risk management levels. And yeah, it's definitely a bummer on this Friday. And I hope you guys have a great weekend ahead. And yeah, let me know how it goes. Take care.